Welcome to episode 5 of the Story Pilgrim. The South Downs. Well, a little bit of the South Downs and a sacred place. A sacred place for me, that is. I'm pretty new to this podcasting thing, so I've been forgetting to ask you to please like, follow, comment, share this podcast. If you get a chance to do that, that would mean a lot. So let's just dive straight in. I don't really have an explanation about this episode. I pretty much said it on the way. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to what will be episode 5 of the Story Pilgrim, and I'm mixing it up again. I've decided to, if I'm being honest, I'm not 100% sure I know what the Story Pilgrim is, but I'm not exactly sure what it should be, or what it can be, or what it wants to be. I'm just going to let it grow. I'm going to let it be organic and go from there. So, if you've already joined me, morning. If you've already joined me on the Story Pilgrim, let's let this postman not run me over. For the first few episodes, you will have listened to St. Cuthbert's Way, the Saints' Way, and to our wonderful Anya, which I thoroughly enjoyed making them. And, initially I had the thought that, the Story Pilgrim will be me walking pilgrim routes, and what have you. But I also then, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, I don't have to always walk pilgrimages. So the next couple of episodes, I'm just going to discover my local area. I currently living down in Brighton, and Brighton's wonderful because there's lots of lovely stuff to do by the sea. There's lots of great restaurants, coffee shops. There's the sea, there's the pier, there's the marina. But also, literally what I've done this morning, I've driven 3 miles outside of Brighton, and I'm in the middle of nowhere. I've come up to a place, a Ditchling, Upper Lodges, and Brighton has the South Downs Way running right along past it. So I want to go for a walk around that. I'm at a signpost here where I have South Downs Way, Stamina Village, Lower Lodges, Upper Lodges, Stamina Organics, and Wellbeing Gardens. So we're going to go for a little walk around this area and see what we can discover in my local area, which is going to be the South Downs Way. And while I do that, these next couple of episodes, I'm going to think about what is it that makes a person a pilgrim? What is a pilgrim? The thing that I was quite surprised by when I started doing the Camino was the number of people that would refer to me as a pilgrim, especially those people who were living on the route. Would be obviously Spanish, most of them were Spanish, and they would refer to me as El Pellegrino, which is a pilgrim. And when I first started for the first week or so, I was like, no, I'm not a pilgrim, I'm just walking. But then as I got into it, I kind of understood that title and kind of took it on myself for saying, I am doing this in a kind of way as a pilgrimage. So what is a pilgrim, and what does it mean to be on a pilgrimage, and what is a pilgrimage? What is a pilgrim? What is a pilgrimage? Heavy questions, but an important one, for me at least. Anyway, I'm out on the South Downs. Have you ever been? It's lovely. The beautiful South Downs, just going all along the coast here. And that's that went up to Devil's Dyke, which is a little bit further east from where I am. Sorry, I'm getting my directions all wrong. A little further west from where I am at this moment in time. I mean, if I turned around, it would be. No, it'd still be west, wouldn't it? Well, I'm so silly. And it's interesting, from Devil's Dyke, you can see down into Brighton, and you get to have a lovely look at Brighton from up there. Morning. But you also get to that lady was looking at me very strangely. It's like, what the heck is he doing? He's walking along talking into this hairy thing. Very strange man. There's a couple of 4 dogs having a nice little frolic, all enjoying each other's company. Yeah, but then you turn around when you're at Devil's Dyke and you can just see the countryside. You go up into Hassocks, and there is a sign up there that says Constable. The painter said that this was the greatest view in the world. Now, Constable obviously didn't travel very far and didn't see many things from that, but it is pretty spectacular. It is. I've said it many times before. I'll say it again. That nature is just beautiful. A 15-minute drive from my house, and I'm in the middle of nowhere. Can't see from where I'm stood at the moment. Yeah, if I turn around, I can see some houses, but in the direction I'm going, if I look over to my right, I just see trees and fields. That's it. And one electric pylon. Gorgeous. This summer, Brighton has been really busy. Chock-a-block, which is great. Great for the town, great for businesses. But sometimes it's not great for your mental health when you've just got loads of people. Well, that's not a squirrel, it's like a weasel or a ferret or something has just gone running through the field, bouncing away. Well, I thought it was a squirrel, but it wasn't. But again, here I am, I said it, I could drive to this area here because I'm on a road at the moment, and there's a pheasant running away, quite where the weasel or ferret was. And listen, isn't that great? You just come out within not even half an hour away, and just surrounded by beautiful countryside. Very lucky. Just stopped here and sat on top of a stile here where I have a Mars bar. Just really important to keep fueling this sacred thing, my body. Oh God, that sounds awful, doesn't it? I don't think that way at all. But I do think Mars bars are great. When I first went to America, I got very confused. So I bought a Mars bar and a bit into it, and it was a Milky Way. No, that's not right. So I then had to buy a Milky Way, a bit into it, and it's a Mars bar. They got it wrong in America. But it's all about the son, was it son or the brother of Cadbury's or something? One of them moved to England or America, went one way, and they called it something else, and it went the other way. That's why they're flipped. There you go. Not very good, like, telling of the anecdote, but I'm enjoying my Mars bar. Really nice. How do you eat your Mars bar? I just eat it. I had a stage where I would, like, take the chocolate off and then eat the toffee bit off the top and then eat the squidgy bit at the bottom, which is the Milky Way bit. But just eat it. Just eat it. Just shove it in my mouth and eat it. Mars bars are great. It's amazing what you can discover on your very own doorstep if you just take the time out and have a look. Meanwhile, I was making new friends on my walk and at the same time doing some research. To my left now there's a load of little trees, very thick trees, and underneath them there's a flock of sheep just all sat there, just sat around. Remember on the Saints where I said, well, sheep just eat, don't they? They just eat. Those guys just sat there having a look. There's one here, he's eating away, he's just checking me out. These sheep aren't running away. They just kind of stand there and go, you got something? Not anything? No? And just let me walk past. And here on my left there's loads of I think these are swedes or turnips. Yeah, it's a field of, I think these are turnips. I think they're above the ground. Yeah. So there's loads of sheep. Lots of them have hidden themselves underneath the cover of the trees, little berry trees. I have a good scratch there. Just come across a stile here. It has Monday Group written on it and a little sign, Monday Group Volunteers. We build and repair stiles and bridges and clear footpaths. Our labour is free, but we depend on grants and donations to buy the materials. To report a path problem or to make a donation to help keep our footpaths open, please visit www.mondaygroup.org. I'll have to investigate that more. I'll come up to the top of a hill. I can see the sea now if I turn around. I know it's the sea. To figure out what a pilgrim is, and if we look at the Oxford English Dictionary, as a noun, a pilgrim is a person who makes a journey, brackets, usually of a long distance, close brackets, to a sacred place as an act of religious devotion. And then it also has it as a verb, an intransitive verb, to make a pilgrimage or other long journey, to go on pilgrimage, to travel or wander, also to pilgrim it. Prior to me doing the Camino, I absolutely would have said, I would only associate a pilgrim with somebody who's doing it for a spiritual reason. There's a religious connotation to that. But then since I have been just living life and did my masters and walking these pilgrimages, the word sacred pops up quite a lot, and you'll see that on the website on the story Pilgrim. It's quite an important word, sacred, to me. Something special, something really unique to you. It can be anything. It can be family, it can be a sports team, it can be a species of wildlife, it can be your pet, it can be your phone, it can be your profile on Instagram, TikTok, whatever it might be. So I'm trying to come to the realization that the pilgrim and pilgrimages have become really popular in the last 10, 15 years or so with the rise of the Camino. And I think the pandemic has helped as well. I don't know if that's the right word, helped. There's the view anyway. I'm a bit further on from Devil's Dyke. I'm going to jump around again. But that's the view that Constable says is the most magnificent view in the world. It's okay. It's all right. You know, I've seen better. I'm really delving into what does a pilgrimage mean to me. You know, sometimes you just have to be present, live in the moment. You know, I'm doing a little pilgrimage today. I don't have a destination, but this is a moment for me. This is a sacred moment for me to be able to be out and just reconnect. Again, I'm saying it again, connection, connect to nature, connect to the environment around me. And also the people around me. There's a couple of ladies here with their dogs, and it looks like they found. Oh yeah, they have. They found a pond, and the dogs are right in the middle of the pond. They've just jumped in. 2 spaniels. They are going to be quite wet. You're not going to join them? I know. Well, they're having fun. They're loving it, jumping in there. That's something sacred to them. So I'm now at Ditchling Beacon, which I think is showing at 240 metres above sea level. Just see Brighton. I can see the wind farm vaguely. It's like very ghostly. I said for a long time in my career as an actor, I've said for a long time, and I still say it, I've got a lot to learn with regards to the industry. There's a lot to that. I think you never accomplish, which is why people do talk about an accomplished actor, and there's this whole thing now about, I'm an award-winning actor. Well, what does that mean? Yeah, it means you've won an award, but what does that mean? Yeah, I could go into that. I'm not going to. And I think that's in life. I see my acting as a sponge. Whatever project I do, I soak it all up. I take as much in as I can. But also, it's also my duty and right to give back. To give back what I've learned. To take my experience and pass it on to people. Another gate there that was probably not closed by that cyclist. So what is all of that? Here's another area where people are parking their cars on the South Downs. Oh, got something in my shoe. Hang on. There we go. Little spikes and stuff in my shoe. But yeah, as I say, I always feel like I'm got something to learn, and I kind of need to take that as life as well. It's like as you get older, as I've discovered as I get older, you kind of figure out what life is to you, what's important, what isn't important, what makes you laugh, what makes you cry, what makes you angry, what makes you be peaceful. And these walks really do help me to reconnect, but also the act of what I'm doing now of talking to you helps me as well to figure things out, to put things in place, to understand why it is I'm feeling certain things that I feel. There's a swallow just darting, two swallows just darting in front of me there. So I do see this morning as a pilgrimage to myself. I'm having a wonderful reflective day. And then there's something really strange happening with my pants across my bum. As I'm walking, it feels like something's slapping my bum. And then I reach down, it feels like it's something from my backpack. But it's not. Just like tweaking me a little bit. And it's a little bit off-putting, really. I think I need new pants. But it's the first time in a long time that I've done a walk like this. Most of my walks for the last 6-7 years have been to get somewhere. You know, along the Camino. Also just hikes that I've taken in the past. And this has been the first circular walk I've done in a long time. And again, thoroughly enjoyable because it's that act of doing, that act of putting one foot, that act of putting one foot in front of the other and moving forward and being present and being aware of what's around me. But again, thinking about the word pilgrim and pilgrimage, I've seen a lot on social media recently, things like doing a pilgrimage for, and fill in the blank, you know, climate, the environment, human rights. It's people making a statement. You know, yourself making a statement. Is this me doing this walk this morning? Me making a statement? Yeah, so when I initially was called a pilgrim, it was very much, no. That doesn't apply to me. But I can, as the years and as I've done it more, I absolutely am happy to take that helicopter coming over the top, to take that mantle, to take that name, to take that label. He talked about doing the Camino de Santiago, sort of stripped away labels for me in certain elements of my life. But then, you know, in just the way that we are as human beings and in the society that we have now, we do very quickly label people, things, careers. We like to label. We like to have an association with something, so that, you know, it's familiar. It becomes familiar to us. We do like that familiarity. And again, from my discovery on the Saints Way, you know, I've discovered the spontaneity that I need in life, and nothing hugely risk-taking, but spontaneity is quite important to me in my life. So again, just the act of doing this walk this morning, going to an area that I don't know, that I've never been before, but it literally is within, not throwing distance, that's just a saying, isn't it? It's not far from home at all, you know. But just by doing this, adds more to me, keeps me going. That was the sound of me hitting a ball off a golf tee for the first time in, I reckon, at least 5 years. Now, why are you hearing that? Well, as I'm contemplating what a pilgrim is and what a pilgrimage is, the thoughts of something sacred, something that means a lot to you, this is something that means a lot to me. When I say you, I mean as a person. And golf, I've always said for quite a long time, golf is the only time when I can really truly relax and focus. When I'm stood over that ball, it focuses me in. It helps me to just be present. So I thought on this episode, I'm not going to take you too much around the golf courses. That'd be really boring, and probably the majority of you don't like golf, so why would I do that? But just come for a game of golf like I haven't done in 5 years, like I hadn't walked for 2 years. So what is that? Why do I put off these things that are so special to me? I should really try and concentrate on myself a little bit more and being true to myself. And also I should concentrate on trying to find my ball. It should be down here somewhere. There it is, I see it. That's the sacred place, the golf course. Well, like I said, that's sacred to me. 5 years since I've played. That's just too long to be away from something that is special to me. And here's why. I first started playing golf when I was 10. Now, my memories of this are a bit fuzzy. I can't remember if I got golf clubs or if it was golf lessons when I was 10 years old. But the golf course that I took the lessons at wouldn't allow you to start playing on the golf course until you were 12. So I had lessons with the golf pro there for 2 years before I even was allowed to play a round of golf. And I could walk to the golf course from our house where we were living. So I would do that, have regular lessons for 2 years, and then at 12 years old started playing. I loved it. I really enjoyed my golf. I was a bit of a social recluse, so my whole years at school were not good. I didn't enjoy my time at school, and I didn't really have a social life at school. And so the golf course was where I really enjoyed it. And, it's a game that you play on your own. You do have the Ryder Cup where you have teams, but, I play a lot of rounds of golf on my own, and I prefer... I don't know if to say I prefer golf on my own. I don't think that's correct. I do enjoy playing with friends. It is a very solitary game, and I do really enjoy that. And it's out in nature, as you can hear. Great. This is one of the fun things about being on a new golf course, is that you don't quite know where you're going. And so just hit a ball off the 9th tee, and it's absolutely lovely. Went right down the middle of the fairway, and it rolls down towards the green. So you can't see. It's like you're hitting over a hump. And as I'm coming down, I'm looking for my ball, and I can't see my ball anywhere. It's just disappeared. And there's a gentleman walking his dog, and you can tell that he's walking around looking for golf balls, because he's looking in all the edges and stuff and what have you, and he's bending down picking them up. And the footpath goes across the hole where I've just been. Bet your life he's picked my ball up and he's walking off with it. Cheeky little bugger. Oh dear. Right, I don't know where I'm going now. 9th. Okay, I think it's up there. 10th is up this way. This is again another thing, trying to find your way around. So that's halfway round. This is 14. I think 10 is going to be... I'm hoping 10 is up here. If not, I've got it completely wrong. And I'm completely turned around. I have no idea where I am. That's number 9. I need to put my glasses on. I'm completely lost on a golf course. It's typical of me, isn't it? There's a 10 over there then. This map really isn't doing me much favours. I'm just really annoyed about my ball. It was a really good shot. Right, is this number 10? Found it. Hang on, is that 10? No. Hang on, I can't see. That's hole 16. Where's number 10 then? Hole 16. 16, 14. Well, where's 10 then? That doesn't make... That's number 9. That's 16. I've just played number 15. Where's number... Oh, I've played the wrong hole. I've just played 15. I've played 15. I went 8 to 15. Oh, I'm going to play 16 and then go home. Yeah, I totally got lost. So there you go. That's what happens when you don't play golf for 5 years. You go the wrong way. So I'm on the 17th hole now. I definitely know which hole I'm on now. But I thoroughly enjoy being back out on here. You kind of are in nature. Yes, it's a cultivated nature. But it is a time to be able to just take it easy, relax, have a good conversation with yourself or with whoever else you're playing with, and just try and get that little ball closer to that hole. Focusing in, being present. I managed to get lost on a golf course. It ended up not being a full round of golf, but I was finally back in my sacred place, my pilgrimage. What's yours? When was the last time you actually went there? I had a great time walking a part of the South Downs and playing some golf. I'm discovering what the Story Pilgrim is. If you do have any suggestions, any ideas, needs, please let me know. Contact me via our website, email me at connect@thestorypilgrim.com, or find me on Instagram or X, as it is now known. Once again, please share this podcast with those that you care about. Like it, follow it, make some comments. The more the better. The Story Pilgrim was written and produced by Darren Hill. Original music by the amazing Anya Backer. Join us for episode 6. Friends. Not that friends.